Yo, what is going on, everybody? I hope everybody's having a good day. We got one dude in here. We have Raiden. We have Blake. I know a lot of people are watching the Gators game. Of course, my UCF Knights kind of got blown out earlier today. So I am just, kind of chilling. Honestly, thinking a lot about just the Jaguars and tomorrow and really what is at hand. But I couldn't help to notice there's some interesting activity going on today that I kind of thought that was worth doing a random Saturday night stream. Shout out to Black Fork Cook from Switzerland. What's up, Big Jags fan? I wanted to do this tonight just because, like I said, there's some stuff going on that I think I needed to talk about. So, as we all know, Wednesday, the Jaguars traded Tyson Campbell to the Browns, along with a 7th-round pick, received from the Browns Greg Newsome, as well as a 6th-round pick. So, I know it's kind of interesting. It was a player-for-player trade. Doesn't really happen very much. It happens a lot in the NBA, not so much the NFL. And it's not only like, okay, we need wide receiver, you need corner, let's swap. It was literally like a cornerback for cornerback. 2 guys drafted in a top 33 picks of the 2021 NFL draft. Tyson Campbell on a big contract. Greg Newsome on a contract year. The Jaguars are eating a lot of the contract that was given to Tyson Campbell, but he just wasn't in the Jaguars' plans going forward. So it's best to move on from him and kind of get out of that contract. So what I saw today, let me share my screen real quick, because this is what kind of started getting me peeking things a little bit. The screen share. So over here on Spot Track, there was this tweet that came out this 6 hours ago. The Jaguars converted $5.3 million of Walker Little's base salary into a signing bonus, adding 2 void years, creating $4.2 million of cap space in 2025. Little is fully guaranteed through the 2026 season at $11 million. So essentially what they did, they restructured some stuff and added 2 void years. Now, what those 2 void years are, it's kind of pushing out the contract a little bit to where they're spreading it out, so they're taking less of a hit as the years go on. So that was one thing that the Jaguars did. And then there's also this one. The Jaguars, I don't know how much, maybe like 30 minutes later, the Jaguars converted $2.4 million of De'Ami Brown's base salary into signing bonus, adding 4 void years, creating $1.9 million of cap space. Brown is a pending undrafted free or your unrestricted free agent, I should say, in 2026. So De'Ami Brown signed a 1-year deal, and they're I guess spreading that out 4 extra years. So I'm kind of sitting here like, this is interesting, right? Not really sure what is going on here. Are they trying to make a move? I mean, obviously, with the Jaguars doing the Greg Newsome thing, let's see. I think this guy mentioned that somewhere. No, he didn't. Let's see. So that says the Jags were pretty up against the line after acquiring Greg Newsome for Tyson Campbell, a move that lost them over $8 million of space. So yeah, Greg Newsome, he's on a 5th-year option, so all that is fully guaranteed money. So I guess they actually lost cap space in that move. Honestly, contract stuff, I don't know a lot about it, to be honest with you. Like I can't, this guy's making this million amount of years signing, but all this different stuff. Like this isn't really my area, right? But they did have to do something to move this over. So I was like, okay, this is what it is. They were just at a bad cap spot, so they actually needed to do this. But then I actually looked, shout out to Dilla on Twitter. He kind of had this tweet that from some of an article that Ian Rappaport came out with. And this is a snip from it. He says, the Jaguars might not be done trading. Expect Jacksonville to call around for more help on defense, likely up front on the line. So, yeah, I think the trade deadline, I think it's in like 3 or 4 weeks. And obviously, James Gladstone has been very, very busy when it comes to just continuing to build this roster. I mean, we saw earlier the Jaguars, of course, trade Fred Johnson for a 7th-round pick. They traded Luke Fortner for Colin Saunders is his name. They traded for Tim Patrick, I think his name is, the wide receiver number 17. The Jaguars, of course, cut. They cut Darnell Savage it's hard to keep all this stuff in my head exactly what's going on. I think they made another move, trading another offensive lineman. I can't really remember. So they did all that, and last Wednesday trading Tyson Campbell for Greg Newsome, and then now the Jaguars probably see themselves in this championship window. So are the Jaguars now looking to maybe make a move for defensive lineman and interior defensive lineman? I know that, by the way, Strapsonsville, I see you. He said, "What's up, Go? Can you see this chat or is this a stream video?" This is live, man. I'm doing this. I'm calling it right now. So, and Maddox says, Eric Armstead adios. I don't think this is that. I think it's more we're needing to add there, and it's just not strong enough right now. I mean, Mason Smith isn't really getting the job done. I know Eric Armstead, I think he's solid. I mean, he's not a bad player by any means, but I think they want to do more there. I think they want to get a real difference maker that can help you on all three downs, and not just have guys that are, this guy's good at rushing the passer, this guy's good at stopping the run, and that's just that. So who are some names up there? I know I've seen people mention Jeffrey Simmons with the Tennessee Titans. Would I like that? Sure. Is that possible? I don't know. I just don't know, because he's like their best player. And I know this would be like, take me back to last year. The Jaguars are 0-4. We suck. We're awful. And all of a sudden, you see around, these different NFL fan bases, oh, why don't we make a trade for Josh Hines-Allen? The Jaguars are bad. They may be looking to move on. It's like, do we want to be that same team? Like, I don't see why the Tennessee Titans would want to trade him over to the Jaguars. I mean, maybe another team, it would probably take a decent amount to get him. I don't know exactly what it would take to get him. It just doesn't make a lot of sense. And other people are bringing up Jalen Carter, the defensive tackle for the Philadelphia Eagles. I don't know about that one either, because, I mean, they moved on from a bunch of defensive linemen in free agency. They let, guys like Reddick go and stuff like that, and expecting the youth to kind of move up and do better, but they're not. I mean, the Philadelphia Eagles are a little bit of a mess right now. We've seen the last two games. I mean, they drop a game to the Denver Broncos, and then that was pretty embarrassing on Thursday night. So I don't know if they're in a position to really give up on guys. So what are we doing? I don't know, but I know I'm in a motive. I'm going to just trust in James Gladstone and the squad, and whatever they do, I'm all about that action. So that's kind of my mindset through it all. Let's go back to, is this it? Yeah, there we go. Sleeper. By the way, shout out to Sleeper. I got to give them a shout out. Over here, they got a, if you guys use promo code UCFJAG, actually, let me go back to this view right here. Promo code UCFJAG will get you a free $20 entry. I know I go live 30 minutes before every single game stream to go on here and do different player pick'ems. So I give you guys mine. I've hit on one, not the other ones, but I'm gonna concentrate really hard tomorrow. I'm gonna hit it. I just keep going. I keep going over on everything. So yeah, that's I keep going higher on everything because I want somebody to hit. I want Brian Thomas Jr. with a touchdown. I want Trevor Lawrence 300 yards, but we're gonna play it safe tomorrow. We're gonna pick some good lines. So yeah, shout out to Sleeper. Use promo code UCFJAG, free $20 entry, and also 100% match up to $100. So big time shout out to them. So we'll love to know, what do you guys think is going to go on? Do you guys think that the Jaguars are going to be able to make a move to get somebody? Jeffrey Simmons would make us so powerful. Yeah, it really would. Remember, Gladstone's moves in silence, no leaks, no rumors. His trades are always a surprise. That's very true. Jeremy Dalton, your jawline makes me self-conscious. Hey, it's just because I got a fresh save, got a good haircut, got some inches trimmed off. I'm feeling good right now. I'm feeling good. Everything's looking good. See, the reason I have long hair, guys, because I only had to get a haircut every 4 months. Haircuts are like $50 nowadays, so that's why. Big Jack says, where do you put the promo code in at? Well, I imagine when you're signed up for the app, at some point, you'll be asked to, if you want to put down anything, you put the amount and then, or whatever. It'll ask. I've been through it with my dad. It's pretty straightforward. So just let me know. Let me know. Is that new people? Yeah, it's if you've never put down a deposit on Sleeper, that's what it's for. So if you have put down money, then it's just your first deposit essentially. Jags 35, Seahawks 20. I am very excited about this game tomorrow. Not going to lie. I think the Jaguars get a win. And then the big test is going to be next week. Next week against the... Yeah, I did. The haircuts, dude, I went to the barber and they charged me like $45. Gave him a $5 tip. It's hard out here, bro. It's hard out here. That's why I'm not... I don't know how much it is up there, but up in New York. Yeah, Sea Breacher pays $75. It's... I don't know where you go. I used to just shave my own self, but whatever. It's what it is. I need a new barber. Is that Jags flag in the background from the Monday night? Is it? It is. Somebody gave that to me from the Monday night game. So shout out to them. It looks a little bit sloppy. I gotta flatten that out because it was always a Jags flag looks a little bit floppy. What do you think the score will be tomorrow? Oof, I think it's gonna be high scoring. 31-24, I'll go. It's 30 in New York, and I tipped $10, cost me 40. So it's not that much different. It's not that much different. I can go. The issue with me is like a lot of times the barbers, they don't do like long hair, they don't do inches, but the salons, they don't do the sides. So I have to find a very specific barber that can do this and do the sides and do the beard. So that's what prices me up. That's what prices me up. Yo, UCF, I'm a Steelers fan, not a Jags fan. I found your channel from the Sports Fury. Let's go. Were you a part of the fishing raid? All right, we're growing out here. We're growing. Hey, Steelers, hey, looking, you guys are going to fall ass backwards probably into the AFC North title. I mean, it's just a pillow fight between the other three teams over there. So, hell, if you guys go 8-9, that's probably your division. So it's a pretty good spot. On the other hand, if you look at myself and the Jags, we're 4-1, but we're technically not even first place in the AFC South. This is like the Peyton Manning days where like the Jaguars will go 12-4, but only get a wild card spot. But they don't have Peyton Manning. We're going to be able to TCOB, take care of business in December and take them down. But also, the Jaguars are getting done with their hard matchups, is what the Jaguars are doing. Like over here, they're over here. The Colts are playing like the Raiders. They're playing the Cardinals tomorrow. We're getting through the thick of our schedule. They play the Broncos. Good for them, but they lost to the Raiders, or not? They lost to the Rams, I should say. So, yeah. Thanks for trading for Greg Newsome. So my Steelers can't play him anymore. Well, you can burn Tyson Campbell. How about that? Texan Swarm says, Texans fan here. I enjoy watching your content to get the Jags perspective. How do you see the AFC playoff picture playing out? 3 AFC South teams in the AFC in the playoffs. Man, this one's hard. I hope the Chiefs. I hope the Chiefs either win the AFC West or don't get in at all. Because it's going to really, really suck if they squeak in. Like, say the Jaguars, for example, we get that number 2 seed. Let's freaking go. What a great spot. And sitting at the number 7 seed is the 10-7 Kansas City Chiefs. That would be awful. That really would be awful. So I hope they either win the division or they miss out at all. Ravens, I don't see them back in it. I really don't. And I do think that the Chiefs will make the playoffs. I don't think the Ravens will be in it. Definite possibility 3 AFC South teams make it. Only the Bills from the actually, don't sleep on the Patriots. I really don't know how it's going to play out. And I don't know how I feel about the Texans right now. I mean, they, of course, blew out the last 2 teams that they played. But, you know, the Titans, not very good. The Ravens, they're a mess. So it's a shame you guys have a bye week because I wish the Texans could play like an average team, right? It'd be a great opportunity to see, like, if the Texans were playing the Broncos this weekend, exactly what they are. Because of course they start off with 3 really good teams and playing the Rams, the Buccaneers, and the Jaguars. And then they played 2 crap teams. But all I know is at the end of the day, Texans have a great defense and they're going to probably be in every single game they play. I don't see them getting blown out very often. They aren't going to follow Jason around. We bump, we don't follow. That's true. You Swole Taco, $5 donation. I appreciate that, man. What do you think will be the Jags record at the end of the year? I think we could be fighting for a 1 seed. Oh man, these next 2 weeks will know a lot. Like, I think it's a legit possibility the Jaguars could be 12-5. 12-5. I mean, hell, to go to 12-5, the Jaguars just have to go. They have to go 8-4. If the Jaguars finish the season 8-4, we're 12-5. Very possible. Very possible. It really is. But man, if the Jaguars can win the next 2 games, I could go as high as like 13-4. I mean, it's a good team right now. It's a really good team. Dalton, what do you think about the Scadaboo/Tootin comparison? Scadaboo was drafted immediately after Tootin. Yeah, pretty similar guys. They actually are pretty similar, not going to lie. I'm a big fan of Tootin. Etienne's is playing too good right now to put Tootin in. And I wasn't expecting this. I was a dumb person that said that Tank Bigsby was better than Etienne. Then I would have Tank Bigsby as RB1. Actually, that was me in August. Once late August rolled around, I said, let's do Tootin for RB1. But I'll say this, if something bad does happen to Etienne, I would be pretty excited to see what Tootin can do in a full-time role. Thoughts on Quillen Williams as a potential get? I would love it, honestly, and I don't know what the direction of the Jets are. That's a confusing one because the Jets are 0-5, but they actually have legit talent. They're not like the 2020 Jaguars just full of crap. I mean, they have Garrett Wilson, Sauce Gardner. They got good players all over that team. So I don't know what their deal is, to be honest with you. Hey Dalton, what was your favorite game to watch this season and why? Oof. Well, the easy one would be the Carolina Panthers, just because we blew them out and there was no doubt, and it was a very, very relaxing game to watch. I know the worst. I mean, obviously the worst one was the Bengals. The worst win was the Texans because that was as grueling. It was rough. It was a big game to win because it was a division game against a team that we haven't beat very often. So honestly, the best game is a toss-up right now between the 49ers and Chiefs, but I would have to go Chiefs. Monday Night Football, won it on a game-winning drive. Devin Lloyd pick 6. You beat the Chiefs. But man, the 49ers was fun too. And it's been such a fun year because I'll tell you guys what, my favorite part about this channel is doing my live game reactions, right? Most fun part of the channel. When the Jaguars are bad, my least favorite part about the channel is doing the live game reactions because I hate doing it when we suck. I straight up hate it when we suck because it just feels like a waste of time, to be honest. And I'm always a guy that if we suck, let's just play for draft pick. I was rooting for losses, and rooting for losses probably got the Jaguars Travis Hunter, even though they had to trade up and get him. Hell, if the Jaguars would have just split with the Titans, we'd still have our first round pick next year. But it's kind of funny seeing Browns fans in shambles that we're 4-1 and they have our first round pick. So that's pretty funny. Jags need a shirt that says "In Gladstone we trust" as merch. Well, there's plenty of independent ones you can get, but Jaguars are weird. They have to do all this stuff approved by the NFL. If we win the next 2 games, do you think the number 1 seed is very possible? Here's what's hard about getting number 1 seed. If the Bills right now, you know who the Bills get to play the AFC North, right? So the Bills, like when you look at the AFC North, the Browns are bad, Bengals are bad, and Ravens are bad. The only good team is the Steelers, and I'm not even sure how good the Steelers are right now. I mean, the Steelers are the same team every year. They're good enough to get in the playoffs. They play teams really tough. They're stronger than they're a first round. You know, they don't win the first round because they're not good enough at quarterback. They're not talented enough. They're the same team every year. They also play the NFC South, which Carolina Panthers, Saints. What Falcons team are you going to get? I just think they have an easy schedule, and not to mention the entire AFC East. Even though they just beat of course they just beat or they just lost to the Patriots. I don't know. I just think their schedule is so easy, to be honest with you. But we'll see. We'll see. The Jaguars have to play the AFC West, for example, and we already beat the Chiefs, but you also have to play the Chargers. That's a hard team. The Broncos, that's a hard team. Raiders, not so much. They have to play the NFC West. All the teams in the NFC West are pretty good besides the Cardinals. And even the Cardinals, we have to play in Arizona. So it's hard, man. I think the Jaguars have a pretty hard schedule. And not to mention, you play the Colts twice, the Texans twice. I mean, the Jaguars don't have many cupcakes. The Jets are a cupcake. The Carolina Panthers at a time were a cupcake. The Titans are going to be a couple of cupcakes. It's definitely not an easy schedule. That's for dang sure. But all right, guys, I'm probably going to end it here. I appreciate everyone for watching in this random live stream. But with that said, if you guys can, please drop me a like on your way out, so I can, so I can just dominate the YouTube game. The YouTube algorithm will be very happy with me. I don't want to get a nasty email from YouTube saying that, hey, not enough people are hitting the like button. Get this guy out of here. But on a roll, appreciate everyone for being here. Go Jags.